Whoa, mothers, don't you fear, ain't gonna drop no bomb over here. Won't be a bang, won't be a boom, just a TV set in your living room. Coming in loud, coming in clear, coming like a freight train through your ear. What you gonna do now, what you gonna see when they take your boss bones away? When they take your boss bones away. Teaching us lies, preaching us fear. Oh, my child said the end is near. Now, widows, don't you cry, 'cause all God's children one day gotta die. Well, they one day gotta die. Everybody's chasing American dreams, soaked in blood and kerosene. Hoping on a fire, waiting on a spark, hoping nobody gonna blow them all apart. All I ask and all I crave is alone to walk till the noise of grave. But in the end we'll separate the rags we wear from the rags we wear.
Are we live?
It looks like we're live.
Once again.
Yes. It looks like we're live. Like you said, once again.
Once again.
Yeah. And it's been a while.
Been a minute.
Feels like it's been, like, I don't know, a year?
Well, it's been a year of traveling, that's for sure. And that's what we're doing. A new year, right? New things. If you guys do follow us and you have seen our live streams, this is going to be a little different. Steph has been piddling around with stuff. So we got different shots, so we're facing each other and the camera's facing. It's just a little different. And then, of course, we're going to have a good buddy of ours, Jeff, on. He's got his own channel on, so he's going to come on as well. The screen's going to look a little different. Yes. So this is just our live feed we've done for years at a Friday night. Now we're doing Tuesday night. Got a little new thought on it.
Yeah, it's easier on us and it's easier on everyone else, I'm sure. So I guess before we get into it, if you can hear us and see us, let us know for sure, please.
That is correct.
I'll give it a second, like 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Let everybody tune in and chime in. Let us know if you can hear and see us.
All right, so Billy Winders, you said it's on. Chad and Brandy Atnip, of course, says, hey there. Yeah, just drop it. Yes, can hear and see you. Perfect, Shannon. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We want to make sure everything's working. Like I said, we're always, like, Steph's always messing with stuff, trying to make things a little better and a little different. Yeah. And it's always fun, right? Well, not for me, but it is for her. This stuff annoys the absolute shit out of me. Yes. But I love going live. But
it is New Year, so we should just, do something a little new this year. And yeah, this is what you see it. And this is, of course, not set in stone. So next Tuesday night, it may be a little different, but we'll see.
So we are going to do something new this year. It's called Walk It, Talk It, and Ride It. That means, well, we walk the walk, we talk the talk, and we ride the damn rides. We ride our bike, if you don't know, coast to coast, border to border, and that's what you're watching, is the Ornery One. I'm the Ornery One, and over there's the Ornery Squall. I'm TJ Thompson, that's Stephanie Thompson. And together, well, we are the Ornery Ones. And like I said, we ride coast to coast, border to border, going on all these cool rallies, and we just show our adventure on two wheels the best that we can and the best we know how. Along the way, we've got some amazing people that follow us, all of us Ornery Asses out there. That's right, guys. So we do have members, and they are called the Ornery Asses. And if you like, you can poke around and figure that out as well. I'm not going to go into all that, but you can. And then we've proceeded to ride that bike and build a new bike last year, and we're running these cool, badass products. And we've got a lot of things we like to talk about on that bike that we run, and we run two up all the time. So it is Steph and I loaded to the hilt. So we run hard, fast, and heavy, folks. We've got a 131 2022 Limited, and we call it the Big Bore. And we have put it to the test. If you guys are wondering if a 131 will hold up across the country, I believe we have, I may be wrong, 22,000 since we did it. And
yeah, I think we finished it there April.
Yep.
Because Spring Fling was our first real ride here in Eureka Springs, and so yeah, that was at the beginning of April. So yeah, April, and yeah,
we've really put the miles on it. We put it to the test. The 131 will hold up. No, I don't have any love jugs or any of that other stuff on there. It's just the bike itself. Of course, you guys know it's got water-cooled heads. If you don't know what a limited is, you can look into that as well. Speaking of that, the 2023 lineup is fixing to drop this weekend at Pig Trail Harley Davidson. So they're going to be having the new colors and talking about all the new ins and outs, which I don't really keep up with if it's not my bike. But I know that some of those features on our bikes have really came in handy this year. So yeah, walk it, talk it, ride it. Steph is going to get a little annoying shit up in her lap right now. If you see her camera being knocked around, it's because of that little annoying Frenchie.
yeah, he is.
He's happy.
He's spoiled, but
Hank.
he's good. Yeah, this is Hank. You guys know from last year, and of course we have Bentley still. You'll see Bentley, I'm sure, before the night's over or sometime.
Yeah, Bentley's a big old cat. You guys don't know, we live in a 16 by 40 storage building. That's what you're seeing us set up in right now. A few years back, about 9, Steph just about got bit by the big one. She beat the odds, made it through a brain tumor, so we lost a lot of our material things. That's what set us on the path of being the Ornery One and riding that motorcycle and just living out our dream on that bike.
That kind of brings us to why we have a split screen and different cameras, just because we do live in a tiny house and we have a little tiny living room, which is /office/studio/ whatever else we need to have in here. So yeah, it's easier for us just to use 2 different cameras and sit across from each other versus trying to squeeze together behind the webcam. So
guys, on this channel, and if you guys have been watching this, you know we're just real down to earth. We're just still and always will be poor as church mouse, and it's okay. We're meant to touch people, not money, and we just live our life with a $200 Jeep Cherokee and a $2,000 truck we bought 8 years ago of Chevrolet. I mean,
oh gosh, we've had it for I don't know how long.
So we really do we live so we can ride that bike and travel.
Yeah. And that's what we love to do. We like to ride. If you guys are new joining us, we have rode quite a bit the last couple of years, and this year, just not to get into it like, deep, but
that's what she said.
We're here in the Ozarks in Arkansas, and we're the Arkansas ambassadors for motorcycle tourism. We're going to be focusing a lot on Arkansas and what rides and features Arkansas has to offer. There's a lot of you guys that are planning trips, moto vacations, motorcycle rides as groups or individuals, and there's a lot that we like to showcase here in Arkansas. If you haven't been to Arkansas, if you haven't rode in the Ozarks, we want you guys to come check it out. Hit us up because we're going to be hitting these roads.
Yes. That's where a lot of our focus is going to be on. Guys, if you haven't gone and checked out our channel, you can do that right now. You can look down through our library. Steph and I, like we've been saying, we've been board coast to coast. We've stayed on the bike for weeks at a time. We've done some amazing things, but we think this year we're going to focus on our home state, and that is Arkansas.
Now, don't get us wrong. We will be at Sturgis, of course. We're going to be at Daytona. And
we're going to be hitting all the major rallies, and trust me, she's trying to hold me in a little bit and trying to hold me back at the bit, but I'm biting at the bit, and I'm wanting to cut. Right now, I'm wanting to cut over to the West Coast real bad. I'm just wanting to go on a long ride. I rode the old chopper. If you want to look around there, we got Maxwell House too. We built it years back. We've always had some old hardtail around. Rode her around today and put up a little story. If you wanted to go see that on Instagram or Facebook, you can right now go see that little story that I threw up there, and that is Maxwell House, the chopper. And like I said, Steph and I's first date was on an old bike. I mean, I took her for a moonlight ride, and the stars were all out, and it was just a pretty amazing moment. And our life has always been centered around 2 wheels.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
And with doing that too, we're really excited too, because with Steph, like I was saying earlier, going through the brain tumor, and we just lost our ass. We didn't even have enough money to have Christmas for the kids. We still do not know who provided that Christmas for us. We've been through it, and we know what it's like to be down and out. And right now we have a pay it forward going on that's pretty touching to us right now. We're going to dive more into that this month as well, and we can.
Yeah, we're going to try and raise money and funds for J.R. Thompson through the end of January. You guys have probably seen the event page on Facebook and possibly on Instagram too. If you guys have ever been to any Arkansas rally, then I'm sure you've met J.R. and L.T. Thompson.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place. They loved motorcycle riding just as much as we all do. And so
they were a huge part of the culture here in Arkansas. We talk about that a lot.
Let me get the I'll get the flyer pulled up and just quick.
We'll just do a real quick rundown of that, and we'll go into that more here in a little bit in the rest of the month. But so JR
in November, JR lost his dad, and then just shortly after lost LT in December, and she had been sick. However, I think it all happened really, really fast, but of course happening right after losing his father is a tremendous hit. And not to say, I mean, it was holiday season, of course, too, and it hurts any time, but especially right around Thanksgiving and Christmas when all this happened. So you know, and they were the type that always supported everyone. It didn't matter which riding group you were with. It didn't matter if you were on an Indian or a Harley. It didn't matter if you'd been coming to the rally for 20 years or if this was your first year attending the rally. They were always there. They were always happy to meet new people, show people around, guides. And so, you know,
she was a big part, you know, she should, so they'd started a lot of hard work putting together groups for people to just be motorcycle enthusiasts.
If you've heard of Arkansas Wind Therapy, that was their page. Yep. They have a YouTube channel also, Arkansas Wind Therapy, and then Lady Bikers of Arkansas. She was a huge part of women riders in Arkansas too. So we just both felt like that this was the perfect timing, although it had happened really quick and we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare for a Pay It Forward. This just fit right. And it was a fellow rider and a fellow motovlogger.
We just, a lot of if you guys go look too, our Pay It Forwards are all documented on our YouTube. So you can go see the very first one we did all the way up to what we're doing now. This one came on a little quick. We have been dealing with some personal things in our life as well. Steph's health, we've been struggling with just a little bit there, which we're working our way through now. So we're kind of on our heels, but when this came up, it just, I know I reached out right away to everybody that I knew. I want to say real quick, there's a lot of you out there that have already donated. We appreciate you guys so very much. A lot of you ornery asses. I want to touch on Custom Dynamics. They're not only a lighting company or someone that you reach out to get that certain look on their bike or be able to see. Like we said, they're a leader in the industry for a lot of things, but one thing we want to say about them is they're good people. So
they're very good people. And the flyer I've got it pulled up here on the live stream, and they do have a GoFundMe page, or you can donate through the Ornery One. The Ornery One is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, so we can send you a tax deductible receipt, and either way, if you can donate, we would appreciate it. I know JR would appreciate it. This is all just going to go and help lessen the pain a little bit, help with burial expenses and funeral expenses and all that. And of course, there's medical bills that are still lingering.
Yeah, it was, we talked on the phone. We really haven't got to meet yet because, of course, she just passed and we've had Christmas and New Year's and everything going on. But I told him, we'd work as hard as we could. Like I said, I want to thank Custom Dynamics right now and picture of Harley Davidson. And there's another company that means a lot to us right now that they would rather not be, their name not be out there. We appreciate you guys too.
Yes.
So let's do a pay it forward. A lot of you guys asked when we're going to do a next one. Well, guys, this is kind of a spontaneous one. This is what we do, and this is Bikers paying it forward. And one other thing I want to throw in there real quick is Greg. If you could just touch base on that. Guys, life ain't always peachy, so we just want to share people that are struggling real quick that's on our heart.
There is another GoFundMe page going around. I posted it on my personal Facebook page yesterday. I'm sure if you guys have been to the Ozarks, then you're familiar with the farm. It was the official campground for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue last year. It's a great place of ours. We absolutely love it. We love everyone that's out there, and especially one of our friends, Greg McKenzie, Greg and Mary. You guys have maybe heard me talk about our friends Greg and Mary. However, yesterday Greg's camper caught on fire, and it's a total loss. So I would appreciate it if you guys just kind of be thinking about him. Also, if you would like to donate, there's a GoFundMe page on there too, and I'll put the links down in the description of this after our live feed.
He's just you know, someone that's really close to our hearts. If you guys ever seen the Stuff Off, so you can look down our library, and we have Friendsgiving, and we had a Stuff Off. So me and Greg we're really mouthy anyway, and ornery as hell, giving each other shit. We were actually together for New Year's. We were all together. So that night he actually lost his trailer, and I mean, I'm sure we were all hanging out
that next day.
And we were there that morning until we came home, you know. So
and really quickly, I say the camper. So Greg is the campground host at the farm. That is his permanent resident. That's where he lives. It's not like a site, you know, like an RV that he just goes out, you know, on the weekends or whatever. That is his. That's his home.
Yeah. So you know, he lost stuff, guys. It's not going to be. You're not going to be able to replace. Just heartbreaking. But if you guys want to go check that out too, because we definitely don't want Greg living with us.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll move on now. Got that off our hearts. We'll be talking more about our pay it forward coming up. But something else we're going to be doing throughout the month. We'll be going live on Tuesday. Talk it, walk it, and ride it. And then the first Mondays, first Tuesdays of every month, we're going to have somebody come on. And this someone that we're having on tonight is just a great friend of ours. Has been coming closer and closer, and although we may not live neighbor to neighbor, but he is a fellow Ornery Ass member. He rides his ass off. He's in a couple of our videos. It's pretty touching how this all played out. And it just goes to show you get out there and ride them bikes, and you become family, and your family grows and gets bigger and bigger. And what's so cool about it? It's people you want to be around.
Right. And I will bring him on. And just to give you guys a heads up, we did do a little test earlier to make sure video and audio was good. I think there was a little bit of feedback on his end. I hope that maybe it's just magically cleared up. But if not, please bear with us. And we're doing the best we can. Okay?
So I guess you can do the introduction and roll out with it, right?
Exactly. So we've got Jeff. And his channel is Hockomock Motovlog. And like you said, we got to ride with him a couple of years ago. We didn't actually get up there last year, but a couple of years ago we rode up to Laconia and got to ride with them. We went to Ben and Jerry's factory.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Yeah, there you go. Okay, let me, wait. Let me turn up one volume really quick. I know that. Here. I forgot to do 1 second.
Jeez.
Okay.
Highly skilled.
Jeff, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me know if you guys can hear him.
Jeff, now sing.
That was one thing we struggled with earlier, and I do see it showing his video. So.
Okay, sing something really heartfelt.
So you caught it. Sasquatch. Wow. In Arkansas, he's up northeast.
Yeah, he's normally in northeast. I don't know why I got tongue twisted up with that.
You know, when we rode up in there, it was really our first time to cut out across through there, which I loved it. Got up in Maine, of course, which another thing that threw me off was Vermont, how gorgeous Vermont is, which I just always kind of like Vermont. Did find a couple of places I won't go back to, Delaware. But I mean, you know, it's just that's how it is when you travel. But along the way, we got to eat hush puppies, and you took us on some places and some runs that we wouldn't have got to see because you know about it. So we're gonna just introduce you, Jeff. So you have a channel, and you can just kind of break it down, what you've been doing with it, and why you follow us, and how we met.
Hockomock Motovlog started out as a drunken idea. Sit around, talk with friends, and said I'd love to do something like a Jimmy Kimmel interview. Well, that virus that showed up, real damper
Yeah.
on the channel. So originally my plan was to go out and interview listeners and have them tell their stories. Every guy that riding a gold sport bike or Harley, didn't matter. Problem with that was, well, when the virus hit, nobody wanted to talk to anyone, and the social. So I took on Sasquatch, the king of hide and seek and social distancing at best.
Yep.
So once that kind of fell apart, I decided to kind of follow in your footsteps and start shooting a motovlog. The big thing was, at the time when I started researching it, and I reached out to you guys, I didn't really find anybody in the Northeast doing a motovlog, which made it a lot harder.
Yep.
But then come to find out, there was a massive amount of people doing it. But we kind of just stuck with it and linked up with you, and that's kind of where it was kind of fire under my ass. And once I saw that it wasn't as scary and it's not that big bad of a world, you just got to kind of do it. We started taking off with it.
Well, I know, man, and we talked about it quite a bit there, and I was kind of curious to see if you was going to, because we have a lot of people reach out to us and said they're going to do stuff like this, and I'm all about it. I'll tell you everything I know except maybe a couple things just to see if you figure it out yourself. But at the end of the day, being Ornery Ass, of course, we're going to give you everything we got, and we want you to have fun, and we want you to do this because. Well, let's see, what are you, 10 years younger than me or so? You're 32, 3?
Yeah, 32 in March.
Okay, so you're even younger. So, it's like, just getting the younger people to come aboard and ride. And you guys don't only ride a bike, but you're building a family too. We talk about that a lot. We talked about that earlier, Jeff. Like, for Steph and I, we're able to cut across the country and just run. We got them kids out. You guys are building a family right now, and
so I actually have a daughter from a previous relationship who's just turned 10, and actually when we met up with you guys and the hush puppy, as she's affectionately coined in the video, ended up being pregnant. We had no idea. That.
Okay, so we'll pause right there, Jeff. So this is pretty cool, and this is how we kind of get off on this stuff, and I want to share this. So we're out riding around. He's got his girlfriend with him. I think at the time we were fixing to get married right around there, right? Your fiance. So y'all still love. Okay, so okay. You can slip up real quick, can't you, buddy? Anyway, so all that's going on. You got your buddy riding with us. We stop at a place to eat, and she's like, we ordered hush puppies, and she's like, what the hell's that? She'd never had hush puppies. So we got a big kick out of it, and we call her Hush Puppy, from then on, And then we get back home, and it wasn't very long, y'all reached out and said, oh my God, we're going to have a baby, So here we go, and you just got that little one up on the screen earlier and already up and going. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. So, getting back to the point, for Steph and I, we can do what we do because we've got to that point in our life. So it's hard, man. It's to put everything together and dedicate the time to doing something like this. It ain't easy.
No, it's not. And, myself, it's nice to almost live vicariously through your. We were talking earlier about you were in Louisiana, Mississippi, down at one of the old Civil War. I think it was like an old fort.
Yep.
And I was saying how cool it was because that's something I would have stopped and went and checked out. And the big thing is, as a young guy trying to break into the whole motovlog world, it's daunting because, you know, we talked about some of the other channels. A lot of the motovloggers you see either don't have kids or, like you, are a little bit older and the kids are grown up. I'm not going to say you run across the country, but it's like, you know, we're sitting there going, oh, I'd love to do that. And it's hard to make time, but it's where you are. You don't just hop in the ring after one boxing and think you're going to fight Muhammad Ali. You got to work your way up.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a big part of it, is just letting yourself grow because, Steph, we got something going on sound here.
think, yeah, 1 second. I think that whenever you, whenever, I think it's your earbuds.
You hear us, Jeff?
You can't hear us? Okay. I think whenever you do the earbuds, it messes with the mic somehow. But 1 second, I'm gonna try something really quick. If you'll stand by.
And listen to this,
1 second.
guys.
1 second, please.
We were on here, an hour before we came on, testing this stuff out. So once again, here we are, learning as we go. We're just talking about that. And if you're going to do this stuff, it ain't going to be perfect. I can tell you that. Especially going live, man. I don't know what that deal is. It's always the hardest thing. Whenever you go live, you'll be on location. You don't have internet, the wind, something all the time. And then when you bring people on. So this is just part of it. And we're always learning. Okay, Jeff, try to say something there now. That's what's going.
Yeah. Just curious, is your earbuds with your microphone 1 unit?
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening, possibly.
Now,
Yes, like D.A. Bishop says, it's a learning curve. We're all learning here.
hit it. Now, Jeff, talk now.
Oh, is this better?
That's better.
Yeah.
It's a lot
I think
better.
so.
All right.
Yep.
What
That's
are
it.
you guys watching think?
If you don't uncross your legs any at all right now, do not move. No, don't do that either, Jeff. Do not move, Jeff. And then just talk. I think it'll work perfectly. No, have at it. Let's see if we can hear you.
All right. Well, let's try this one.
That'll work. So, hey, man, I got to ask you this. So, you know, we're all riding these bikes around. We're always talking about product and stuff, and it's really quick that you find out that running product, you can make a living, and you can get sponsored, and you can use that to propel yourself in your journeys on your motorcycle, but it ain't easy. And one thing we talk about a lot is actually riding that motorcycle and using that equipment and learning it and knowing what's good and what's not good, and what works for you may not work for somebody else, and vice versa. I know we talked earlier we talk about tires, and you were talking about you're fixing to take yours in to get tires, and I asked you, I was like, well, what tires are you running? And you said that you're going to go with what this year or this time around?
I'm leaning towards the Michelin Commander 3.
Yep.
It seems like the research I've done, they pretty good all-season tire. I mean, I don't ride my bike in the snow, but, you know, I ride a 2011 road bike Ultra. So 103, 6 speed, all the bells and whistles.
Yep.
So you want a good compound tire. And actually, when you guys did, I think it was the last bike, you guys had the tire and you cut it apart.
Yep.
Showed the inside. That was a huge learning curve. I never thought about owning a bike.
Yep.
So from the research I've done, so Commander 3 is probably going to be the best tire for me. I have the stock Dunlops on there. They're all right. They're not a horrible tire.
Yeah, well,
been a little bit.
I'll be honest with you, man. Y'all go watch the video. I've been pretty rough on Dunlap over the years. I mean, I bust her ass sometimes. You know, you can go watch our videos about tires. We talk about it. But what we ended up running is what works for us, and we have ran a lot, is the American Elite by Dunlap. The 407s I don't necessarily like. But then you're talking about the Michelin there, the Commander 3, and for me, they haven't been out there long enough for me to really ask a lot of people what they think about it. And the Elite has got so popular that that's what's there whenever I need tires. So I believe that we should try those as well this year. Matter of fact, we're due to get some tires on pretty soon, and I think I'm going to try those, and I should. I'm eager to see what you think about them as well.
Yeah, I think I got another month before it goes in the tires, so be about till beginning of March I get them on.
Yep,
so.
Yep. What else are you going to do to the bike?
Well, so when we shot with Tony Video, I had Mustang seat. I'm keeping that, and it's actually funny. A buddy bought a Saddleman, and I haven't up the video yet because it's still a work in progress. I ran both seats back to back. I personally, I'm not paid to say this. Out of the box, slap a Mustang bike, go run 1,000 miles, and fine. The Saddleman, I personally found, I hated it. It was like riding on a brick. And for those who are curious, it was the lattice stitch model with the backrest. The big thing for me is I'm not a very tall individual. So when I went through Mustang, I was able to be wide, forward, low. So the nose of the seat was shaded down a little bit. Saddleman did not for that. So where I just felt a lot more comfortable in Mustang. Like I said, it's not the same. The seat comes right out of the box. You can ride it. That was great. But one of the big things is, so when we shot with Tony Video, I had done the custom dynamics. I talked to you a couple times now about fog lights. I was actually running back from Connecticut down near the New York border. I know you guys cut down when you came from Maine. You ran 95 all the way down. I was coming the other way. And there was no lights on the highway, which usually around here there's some kind of light. There was no other cars, and I was like, you know what, I need something a little extra. I'm going to talk to you about it. I think we're going to do some fog lights this year, which I'm looking forward to, as well as maybe some heated grips. That's still in work. I'm not quite sure yet. I just saw the video. I was actually watching earlier about the blood you had. That is definitely unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, that was shocking. Yeah, no shit. Well, so, dude, you just kind of hit the nail on the head right then. And it kind of goes to show you, we're talking about the industry here, and we're talking about a line of products that they have. And then we're talking about different products they have, like as far as, we can talk about seats. Everybody's got a different ass, I get that. But my seat of choice is definitely Mustang, and there's a reason for that, and I can stand behind it for as many miles as we rode on that seat. Then we get to lights. That's a big deal right there now. Lights you can buy really cheap, you know, and you can get those things off Amazon, throw them on your bike. You are not going to have the same outcome as you are with custom dynamics. Goes like you were talking about those gloves that I plugged in and they blew up on our kitchen counter here and caught a fire, and just horrible experience with that. Don't know the company. It was some Amazon company, and they wanted to know if they can send us free shit. And at that time we said yes, and now I don't. Because it seems like that free stuff that they send you always bites me in the ass. And I know, like we were talking earlier, and it goes into this too, as if you're younger or you have family, maybe that motorcycle isn't the most important thing in your life. And I get that. You don't want to spend as much money on it, and I get it. But if you're out there running like we do, and then here you are fixing to do what you're doing right now, you want something you can trust. You can jump on that bike, you put it on, and you forget about it, does its job. That's what we want. And it's a safety thing now. I mean, as I'm getting older, it is a safety matter. Then you get into warranty and into customer service. those people with those gloves, you guys can go see that video Jeff is talking about. We're heading down to Daytona for Daytona Bike Week, plugged them in and charged them. I never could get them to come on. So then I put them back on the charger at, say, 11 o'clock that night. We're going to get up like at 4:30 the next morning, 5, get everything together and head down to Daytona. Well, in between, say, around 2 o'clock, I'm thinking, they exploded and caught the kitchen counter on fire. Reached out to them, nothing. We've never heard nothing from them.
Not a word.
It's bullshit. So it's not, a lot of times that we talk about these people with their channels and they get sponsored and then they're a walking billboard. Well, fuck yeah. I'm damn right. I'm super proud to be running what we're running at right now. And I know the headaches that Steph and I have gone through running some other products. And I'm going to brag on these people. They stand behind us and we stand behind them. And then what I have on my heart, here you are, Jeff, and we're wanting you to get there and ride your bike and enjoy your bike and, you know, have that time that's yours and then make your channel and make your content. And then you're dealing with some kind of shit product that you threw on there. Yeah, it's going to give you some content, but you don't want that. I mean, you just don't want to deal with that. It's just, and you can get that free shit all the time, guys. You say what?
With custom dynamics, I had an issue. I bought the load equalizer there where you can make it do all the strobe things. I had it for a week, it blew up. I actually said this in the video, it blew up. I called them the next day. They had one out to me in 3 days, and they said, send the other one back. And they called me a week later and said, hey, what's going on? Is it good? Is it not good? I said, oh, everything works fine. It doesn't smell like it's on fire. And
Okay, so Jeff, you said it right there. Shit's going to happen. Steph and I talk about that all the time. It depends on how you handle the problem and, you know, what they do for you. And like I said, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, you know, you run into the issues. And that's one thing that I think a lot of us are jumping the gun with and we're, you know, half cocked is because we've dealt with those companies that just throw us on the back burner or won't even talk to us after we spent the money. Then we're trying to get our part and we're wanting to go on a trip or we're wanting to do something and we're waiting and we're waiting. That's where you got Custom Dynamics and the companies that we run. They just don't do that to you. They're on the ball. And it's funny, man, Jeff, like we've got to know the whole crew there at Custom Dynamics and they're just like we are, you know, bless their heart putting up with everybody. But you'll get down and you sit down and talk, dude, they just like, we just want everybody to be happy. We want you to ride your bike. And I mean, that's it. And if they couldn't do that for us, we wouldn't be talking about them today. But the fog lights, the fog lamps, dude, I've got them on a chopper too. And they're my light for the chopper, really. I mean, that old incandescent light I have on there ain't nothing, but it looks cool. You know, I got to keep it. But to fill that void in there, those fog lamps are so important. And they really change it. Like you said, when you're out there riding the roads with lights or around other vehicles, it's a little different. But when you get out there in, you know, the hill country or the woods or the forest or whatever you want to call it in your neck of the woods, you need all the light you can see as far as critters and anything rolling across the road. And that's really what does. It fills the void. They knocked it out of the park with those.
Yeah, you might have Sasquatch for across. You never know.
Yeah, no shit, man. I've got a hell of a story I want to tell you about Sasquatch that I ran into a few years back. I didn't go back. No shit. This is no shit, Jeff. I may have told you, but I don't think I did. I won't go into it real deep. I never went back in those woods again until I took Steph with me. It scared the holy shit out of me. And
I was his bodyguard.
It's right behind our house here, too, and I can walk to it in just a little bit, but it was one Thanksgiving I got down in the woods and I had something happen to me I can't explain. No drugs, no nothing. Clear-headed, nothing. And I had a situation happen that scared the holy shit out of me. So, and then I started watching Bigfoot stuff all the time. What's that, Jeff?
So it's funny you bring that up. So a lot of people ask how, Hockomock, so that's my name. So there's an area where I Bridgewater Triangle. So watch this. Go when we're done here. Go on Google and type Bridgewater Triangle. It's kind of the area I grew up. It was a swamp, Hockomock, and it literally translates into a place where the spirit dwells. Allegedly, a Sasquatch was in there. I might have been hunting there many years ago, and when I grew up in the woods, I grew up.
Yeah.
You know what certain things sound like. This little squirrel might sound like a 12-45, which we never have up here, but I saw what I just not a little critter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sasquatch might be living up.
Well, hey man, he's if you get in, oh my God, don't get me into all this shit, but I'm a believer in it. There's everything out there. I mean, it just depends on if you want to open your mind to it. And really, at the end of the day, man, it makes for a good story anyway, and I love it. Steph and I have experienced certain things. That's another thing, man, we talk about. We have experienced things on the road that we can't explain. And we had it happen to us at the same time when we're just looking at each other right then and now like, what the hell is going on? And some of it may be able to be explained. Some of it I don't think ever will be explained. But we have traveled on that bike. And you can actually go watch a video where we're down in Florida. And we come to this, dude, it's at the same number every time. It did it over and over and over, and then we looked it up, and it's pretty freaky. And you know, we kind of skirt by there every once in a while. I will not stop again. I won't do it.
No, I don't want it.
Dude, it was. But we've just experienced. But we've put ourselves in those positions, and a lot of times, like that place, we didn't know what it was. We just stopped because we felt like we were drawn to it because it was going to make a good picture. It was creepy. You fucking run. It was creepy. It creeped us out.
Yeah, it did. Well, I'm going to put your link down in the description of the live feed for everyone to check out your YouTube. Do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram page or both of them?
We have an Instagram. We have a Facebook. When I use it, it's
okay.
Hockomock Motovlog.
Okay.
Go on there. We so it has been like this magical thing that's been going around in the ass in October. So we're slowly trying to get back up on our feet. Holidays happen.
Yeah, for sure.
There will be some new content out very soon. I do have to get with the other half to get a video together for something that we did for a bunch of the dealerships in New England. We want to talk about.
Okay, perfect.
So don't give too much away on that.
Okay.
But there was going to be some new content this year that we're looking forward to doing. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I'm going to put your information down there in the description. And then if any of the riders are going up towards your area, I'm sure you'll be you'll be thrilled to show them around and show them where the, Sasquatch Bigfoot lives.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll lead them to the general area.
Okay. Okay,
well,
perfect.
Jeff, man, I'm proud of you guys. I mean, not only, it's not even about motorcycles. Y'all mean a lot to us, and then we became, part of each other's lives in a weird way. And I guess that does have has everything to do with motorcycles, and that's what we're here, and I'm proud of it. And you just keep on doing what you're doing. Anything we can do to help you, you got it. And I can't wait to see what you do. And I would keep a couple things under your hat. Don't give it all away.
Well, I want to say thank you to you guys for this opportunity to come on there. Thank you for all the help over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
From editing tips to, I'll be honest, the Cena was the single-handed. I bought a GoPro. I never use it.
Yeah.
I just use the Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid little tips and tricks. A text message away, or I know you guys have been busy on the road, and just checking in, make sure you guys are good.
Yeah. That's what.
It's I think I can hopefully for all the Ornery asses. It's nice to kind of be along for part of the ride away.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Through your guys' camera lens.
Well, dude,
great taking us across.
We say it all the time, and that's the truth. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing it. It's how you guys, it's how we got started. You know, and then we talk about it a lot, but it does come down to numbers. You know, you got to have the numbers to be able to get the sponsors, and you got to be able to keep the sponsors if you're able to produce the numbers. And it's just the chain of events that's got to take hold. It's got to do it so we can stay on the road and do what we do. But really, like I say, I love you guys. Y'all mean so much to me, but y'all don't follow us. We don't exist. I mean, social media, that's just how it is. And it's a super trap, guys. Everybody that's watching right now, social media is a trap. Don't get caught in its damn web. It is what it is. But as long as we're doing it, let's just do something good with it. Be positive. Fuck all the namesayers and all those assholes out there that's just stirring up the drama and the shit, taking advantage of people. Stay in the right circle, and it'll be all right. And I look forward to seeing you out there somewhere on the road, buddy.
Yeah, we'll catch up soon. I'm not ever worried.
That's right, buddy. All right, we'll let you cut loose and let you spend time with the family.
All right, see you guys soon.
See you, Jeff. Stay hungry, man. All right, that was cool. I wish we could hear a little bit better. It'd probably cut up a little bit, but we had some good stuff to say there. We're having trouble hearing each other. We got to do better.
A little bit of issues, but you know, this is learning, and yeah, I never said that I was a pro at this. You know, when I first got an iPad. Sorry, as I move my camera around.
God, we're professionals.
Not when I first got the iPad. When I first got a MacBook, because I was working off just a
piece of shit
laptop, and I had to Google on that laptop how to scroll on the new one, because I didn't even know how to scroll on a MacBook or a Mac. And yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve. And that was what, 3 years ago?
There's one thing I'm proud to say. It's just like Jeff starting out there. You know, he's doing his thing, but I gotta keep in mind though that they're building a family too. And I know a lot of people that have done well on social media, and then I've talked to them, they've had family and stuff like that, and they take a back seat because that family comes first, you know.
Yeah, it does.
This is a cool thing, but you and I, it's our job.
Right.
You know, it's a passion. We love it. So at the end of the day, we want to grow. We want to get bigger, but we want to do it with the right people.
Exactly, for sure.
And I'm proud of us for sticking to our guns and being just who the fuck we are.
I do need to say a thank you to James Tate up there.
Tate!
I appreciate your super chat.
What the? I was just talking about you, man. We rode into Eureka, so we went over there Friday, and then we was over Saturday. Went over to Buddy's birthday on Friday. We met up with some ornery asses on Friday and ate at Hutch's. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the fudge, Brandy, by the way.
Thank you for the fudge. Thank you, Chad and Brandy.
Oh, and the drawers. Not Chad's drawers. That sounds bad. Thank you for the metal cabinet organizer drawers.
Yeah, so Chad gave Steph some of his drawers. Thought it was a little odd.
Actually, it was his grandpa's drawers.
Wow. And I could tell the way they were built. So she's all in the organizers. So he brought some organizers down the little drawers. They're really nice. Hard to find that good stuff anymore.
It is. And I bought yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We had a good time. So, Tate, we're rolling over there. We go past that. It was an old motel, a hotel.
Hotel O.
Hotel O. Oh, I know.
Which is a fairly newer hotel chain. It's in an older hotel building, though. So if you guys haven't been in Eureka Springs, you don't know what we're talking about. Hotel O. And yeah, we all just kind of grabbed a room there, and he grabbed a room.
We didn't have a place to stay.
That's right.
As usual, we're like.
And luckily, it was 2 beds in that little room.
You know, I'm gonna. Yeah, no shit. Thanks, Tate. And I was thinking about you. We had a hell of a good time that night. I think Steph wasn't feeling too good. She came home. Well, I mean, it was 1 o'clock. You said I want to come home.
Yeah.
I know some people in Eureka. We ended up. I think we stayed out till the sun came up. Just about. Had a hell of a good time. Just a lot of good memories there. But you know, another thing that's really cool about Steph and I, we're out there with you guys. I know some of these people out here, and you know, Jeff and I were talking about it earlier. I'm just going to toot our own horn here, my custom Pro Beast horn.
Toot toot.
Steph and I just don't ride the motorcycle to a rally and then put it up and go to bed at 7 o'clock and then get up. we're staying up with you. And wherever the party's at, that's where we're at. I mean, we just absolutely love it to death. We have so much fun doing it. And everybody that's hung out with us, you guys know that too. We're not just talking it, we're walking it and riding it. That's what we do, and we're proud of it. And I think that's what you look back on the culture of motorcyclists, the biker. Oh, hell, y'all, that's what we do. We ride that bike to a party, we hang out, we make some ornery ass relationships, and we move on, we go to the next city or town, and we do it again. And that's what we've done, and that's what the Ornery One is based off, is just building these relationships, and we have. Some you lose, and some you keep, and some you wish you'd never made, and, it's just, it's always fun. And Steph and I have experienced a lot of stuff this last year, and I'm excited about this year, what we've got going on.
I am too.
During this time, we're going to be doing Daytona Bike Week. We'll be heading down there. We usually do a kickoff run where we head down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. We've decided not to do that this year because it's got about a two-week span there. So we're going to do Mardi Gras right here in Eureka Springs here at home. They've got a great Mardi Gras and a great scene over there. Of course, you guys, if you haven't seen, we've got a great relationship with the officers over there. They're good to us, we're good to them. They ride and we ride, and we're motorcyclists. So our relationship in Eureka is really growing bigger and stronger, and we're going to show that off and enjoy Mardi Gras there in Eureka. And then we're going to head down to Bike Week in Daytona, and then as we head back, we'll do Spring Fling, and then we're going to be busting Arkansas wide open.
Yeah, so during the same weekend as Spring Fling is another rally in Arkansas. It's in Mountain Home. It is the Ozark Mountain Spring Rally in Mountain Home. That's going to be on the same weekend. So if you guys are around, we will be doing a ride from Harrison, Arkansas to Mountain Home, Arkansas to check out that rally, and then back through Harrison to Eureka Springs. That is open to whoever wants to ride. It's during the rally, but we will be recording during that ride, so just keep that in mind. If you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. That's going to be on the Friday, and I believe that's the 21st. I may be wrong, but I will post that as it gets, closer and stuff like that.
That's right. It'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to this year. What do you got? I can't see when you point.
I know.
So sorry.
I know. That's the one disadvantage of you being over there. But, I didn't wear deodorant, so you're probably glad that you're sitting over there.
This damn ring light is just setting my eyes on fire.
Well, you look good.
Well,
you look good on the camera.
Yeah, I bet I do.
We can turn it down, too.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Bless your heart. God, that thing sucks. All right. Now we're going to
go.
Could have done that like an hour ago.
Monty Turner, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that so much. Also, Chris Lopez, thank you so much. And he says, Happy New Year. Looking forward to another year of riding. Yeah,
thank you guys so much. And I know, here we go, I mean, it's a brand new year. I don't know what you're riding or where you're riding to, but bring whatever you're riding and come see us and ride with us. Like I said, we'll be here in the Ozarks. We'll be riding that big board. I'll be riding Maxwell House around as well.
Yeah.
Steph, I'm looking forward to this, but JR is on my mind,
Yes, for sure.
What sad, and if you guys are watching this, and I understand if you can't afford to donate, we know how that is. One thing you can do, you can share our post and you can share our Pay It Forward. And we'd really appreciate if you guys would do that, because that'll help JR and the medical bills that he has. I talked to him. He wasn't really able to do a funeral like I believe he was wanting to do because of money. And now that's passed, but he still has those medical bills that he needs help with. And if you guys could just at least share our post and put it out there. It'll be running to the end of this month. And let's raise some money for him. Once again, I want to thank everybody that's donated to already. Pig Trail Harley Davidson for donating. Custom Dynamics. And I'd like to mention one other company that means so much to us, but they asked not to, so you know who I'm talking about. Thank you all so very much. So with everything that we said tonight, guys, we want to be ornery, but we want to do good as well. Don't take no shit, punch them in the nose, and give them a hug at the same time, kind of thing, you know. So somewhere between a church pew and a bar stool, we'll find ourselves, and we'll be riding that bike and be happy on that road all alone. That's where the place that Steph and I want to be.
Yeah.
But we want to reach out to y'all and invite you this year to ride with us. We've rode along these roads long enough by ourselves, and we kind of want to share it. So this year's going to be your chance if you think you can keep up.
Yeah, of course you guys can.
There's the honoriness.
Benny, you had mentioned, or you had asked a great question, is there a list of rallies in Northwest Arkansas for 2023? I will be posting that in the next few coming weeks on our Facebook and website. So it won't be on like Instagram story. It's going to be somewhere on our Facebook page. And then on our website, we will have a tab for Arkansas rallies. I'm going to be posting the rides too. So we're going to be doing, like I mentioned before, lots of rides here in Arkansas. Like you had just said, we've rode all these rides and all these roads ourselves for the last couple years, and it's time to showcase them and share them with you guys. So that list will be on there, and some of them are going to be a free ride. Some of them will have a registration fee just because we are working with some other people, and there may be lunch provided or snacks provided, something like that. All those details will be in the rides though, and most likely there will be a Facebook event page to go along with those.
Of course. So what we're doing right here, we're gearing up to do here, is we're going to try to make some of these a little bit more catered. So when we do this, there may be a registration there that helps us revenue money so we can pass it along so we can cater to you. And I think this would be fun. And I'm looking forward to do it. And I'm not going to lie, Steph and I are going to try to make a little bit of money while we do it.
Yeah,
I think
those
we
rides
deserve it.
will be an actual guided ride. So we're going to be showing you our hot spots. We may be taking you for lunch to our favorite little eatery. We may be making, you know, a stop for like that picture perfect opportunity that we absolutely love.
We may be just hanging out at one of our...
It's going to be like a tour in a way.
It may be hanging out late at night at one of our favorite bars, and you get to meet our favorite bartender. I mean, it'll be those things. You're going to get to... But some of those, like we said, will have a registration. There's going to be some of these where it's just going to be an open ride, and there you'll see some of them will be running with just a couple of us. But if we put it out there and you guys are around, come on and ride. All you got to do is reach out and let us know a little bit of ahead of time so we know. We'll be setting the time and stuff, and we will be on a little bit of a time schedule if we're doing these recordings. But it's kind of cool. If you guys have ever run with us and see us do it, you kind of get in the groove of it, and it's neat and fun.
Yeah, and we may pull you aside and say, "Hey, let's stick this GoPro on your motorcycle while we ride the ride."
Yeah.
Just don't leave the ride without seeing us before we end the ride, because we want the GoPro back.
Well, I mean, it's really cool. So we've got some ideas. This is kind of what we're working on. Rallies here in Arkansas that I can tell you right now that I keep that we will be attending. Of course, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. We'll be doing our take of Spring Fling, and then we will be doing the Talamina ride.
Yes.
And we'll be doing Hot Springs.
That's right.
And we'll be doing, what did she name it now?
Joanna.
Joanna's Spring.
The spring one is Ozark Mountain Spring Rally, and
so that's new. Yep.
And then we are going to be going probably for just a day over to the Mountain Music Motorcycle Rally that's happening in Mountain View. And there may be a few others that we may just jot down for the day and not actually go to the entire rally.
Yes. And if you guys know of something going on or coming up, you reach out to us too. We would love to see new stuff and get involved. Yes. And a lot of that too, I'll just be honest with you, you may not have heard maybe one or two rallies that we didn't mention. Well, we may be doing a ride through there, but just being honest, you know, we got to just start open lines of communication for us. So some things we highlight a little bit more because we have a good relationship. So that's just the truth. If you don't see us,
fun.
And they're fun.
They're much funner than the other ones.
Funner.
Yes,
all
for
right.
sure.
You know of anything else you'd like to touch on, my sweet love?
I've got my little cheat sheet here, and it looks like that we've got everything that we wanted to be covered. So in the description is going to be Hockomock's Motovlog channel link where you guys can go check out what he's doing all throughout the year. And he lives up there in the New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all those fun states up in there, Vermont area. And the link to J.R. Thompson's GoFundMe page, and then also a link to our Pay It Forward on Facebook and Instagram. You can donate at any of those sites. And then thirdly, what other link was I mentioning?
Sorry.
Not for sure.
My iPad's about to go dead.
Okay. What are your Facebook handles? For one thing, the Bikers Pay It Forward is on Instagram and Facebook. You guys go check it out. That's where you're going to also find the JR links. And I hope that answered your question. And then we'll wrap it up because the iPad's going dead.
And we're trying different things here, which I'm not sure if I'm fucking liking it, just to tell you the truth. It's just way too much shit going on here.
I really like your viewpoint with the light in your eyes.
Yeah, well, I can't hear. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at this. And it's just too much. I'm sorry. Okay. All I want to do is ride my damn bike. Give me a throttle and a clutch and a brake. That's all I want. The road in front of me, I don't need this and that. Okay.
And really quick, James Tate wants to say he means no more border restrictions. You guys could come up for a ride to Canada.
Yes.
We'll see about that.
I think that's a real good idea. I've already been gotten onto a couple times. I've already wanted to take the hell out of here and go on a long ride. She's been holding me back a little bit because we got to do some things. But you never know. I could just zip up there one day and mess around and zip back. I think we should do it. Have me a place to stay.
All right,
you got
guys.
Dos Equis and
thank you guys for tuning in, chiming in,
some whiskey too,
being a part of our Tuesday nights. This is T.W.R. Talk It, Walk It, Ride It on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. No longer on Fridays because we got shit to do, and so do y'all.
That's right, y'all. You're watching the Ornery One where we actually ride our fucking bike.
All right, bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in and chiming in. Like always, don't answer spam.
Oh, mothers, don't you fear, ain't gonna drop no bomb over here. Won't be a bang, won't be a boom, just a TV set in your living room. Coming in loud, coming